Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show. Our next guest coming up is coming to us from Vancouver, Canada. Yes, we're very excited. He is a celebrated actor in television, film, so much more. He's been on some of your favorite TV series and films, and he's going to be guest starring on a new series on CBS that everybody's excited about, Boston Blue. It is the brainchild of Donnie Wahlberg. Yes, you know him from Blue Bloods on CBS, and it's going to be amazing. You saw the graphic in the beginning, Dean Redman. Everybody loves him. You've seen him again on some of your favorite shows. He's also a prolific voice actor. We're going to talk about some of the animated characters and so much more. He was in War for the Planet of the Apes. It's just supernatural. I could list it all, but instead of doing that, we're going to start the show right now. You can comment during the show. You can let us know maybe some of the great episodes and series that you've seen him on. He's got lots to share. And guess what? He's coming up right now on JMS. Hey, everybody, there is my special guest coming to us from Vancouver. We are here in New York. Dean, it's a pleasure to have you here, and welcome to the Jim Masters Show, my friend.
Thank you very much, Jim. I really appreciate it. Just as your show started, the sun came out, so I'm going to be lit a little differently. That's interesting.
Let there be light, right?
Yeah.
I think that's some divine intervention happening.
Good. But yeah, thank you for having me on your show. I was speaking with my publicist, and she'd spoken about you I've known her for 20 years, and she'd spoken about you many times. And I finally get to be on your show. And that your introduction and your opening was fantastic.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We do our homework here. We have so much to talk about. Wonderful actor, stuntman, voice actor, so busy and such demand as well. And one of the good guys in the business with a terrific baritone voice. We were comparing notes about our voices, my years on radio and television and everything with the voice. But this gentleman, his voice can take the roof off a house. It's really great to have you here. I know you're so busy and there's some exciting things happening. Boston Blue on CBS. You're going to be on pilot episode of that, which is exciting. We'll talk a little bit about being involved in that. But what is a typical day like for you? Is the phone always ringing? Are you always busy? Or do you ever get some downtime? I know this is like downtime being with us and we appreciate it. But
good time.
What is a typical day like for very busy and in-demand Dean Redman?
Well, the day, you know what? This is interesting. The day starts with me getting about 2-3 hours sleep. And because I've been taping the night before for another show, self-tape and things like that. And then I'm up at 4:20 in the morning. I get up, I get up, put my clothes on, have my oatmeal, get to the gym that opens at 5. Which I don't necessarily like to be the first one there, but I like to be one of the first out of there. So I go to the gym at 5 a.m. and get home at about 6:30. Then I look at my phone, because when I wake up in the morning, when I look at the phone, it's not, but mostly a lot of miseries on that cell phone, especially on the internet, except for this show. And then I look at my day as far as any auditions, or I've been the host of, we created a film festival about 4 years ago called the Hollywood North International Film Festival. And we've been going for 3 years strong. Last year, we had our last festival at the planetarium, which is called Vancouver Macmillan Space Science Center. It's like a planetarium where they have screens on the roof. It was just a wonderful experience and a wonderful event. and we, did things for charity. But this year, what we're doing is we're going to have 5 creative components. So one will be a film festival, another one will be a fashion festival, the other one will be a music festival with live bands. The other one and the fourth one will be a photography exhibit. We're trying to see if we can use the Vancouver Art Gallery. And then the 5th one will be a comedy, mainly stand-up comedy. So we're trying to incorporate everything that I find that I can pull out of a film, because there's music, there's fashion, there's photography, there's comedy, there's drama. So we were just trying to create a full film experience and take it apart to put it all together, if that makes any sense.
That's fantastic. That sounds really exciting.
That's just one day.
That's just that's just the one day. That was just Mondays.
That was just Monday, yeah.
And then on Tuesdays, he tries to bake toast if he has time.
I try to cook. Yeah. No. So that's what it basically a day has been like for me. But when I was a few months ago, my days were really exciting because I was in Toronto / Boston filming this series.
Boston Blue. And again, we were talking about Donnie Wahlberg and playing off Blue Bloods, which was a fantastic series on CBS, and then coming up with this great idea for Boston Blue. How did this opportunity come for you? I predict, like Blue Bloods, My Lips to God's Ears, that series, and I'm sure you're going to be a part of it. Once people see you on that pilot episode, they're going to want you back again and again. So probably going to run for a number of years.
I wouldn't, 15 years Blue Bloods ran for.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, right? Right?
Everything he does, it's like, what, get comfortable, because we're going to be here a while. There we go, Boston Blue. I think it's going to do really well, because it has a huge following from Blue Bloods, and I've seen about 70% of the series, because it's a great. Do you mind if I shut those blinds?
Not at all. We've had guests. We love when we get to see our celebrity guests chair. It's a running joke on the Jim Masters show. Many of our guests had to get up because the dog is scratching at the door. They let the dog in. The cat jumps on their shoulder. George Shakiris from West Side Story, the beloved actor, was a guest a couple of years ago. He got up out of the chair because he wanted to get the Oscar so we could see the Oscar.
Oh, so
it's a thing to see the chair, and that's a cool chair you're in. Beam me up, Scotty.
It's pretty interesting. Fun.
That light's fantastic.
Yeah. See, these are lights. I was trying to do a little bit of daylight, studio light, but I guess the studio lights win. The Boston Blue. How that happened, honestly, Jim, I don't really know. I mean, I know that I was asked to read for it, and then I sent a tape in, and then pretty quickly after that tape I sent in, I was in contention, like meaning they really liked your tape, and next thing you know, I'm on a plane to Toronto. And it just happened so fast, but it was, it's been one of the greatest experiences, no pun intended, one of the greatest filming experiences of my life, because knowing how big of a star and personality and, many other things Donnie Wahlberg is, when you sometimes, they say don't meet your heroes, but meeting this guy he's such a wonderful guy. He is so personable and kind, and he's when he's talking to you, he's not just talking to appease you or whatever. He's I really like the guy. I mean, I've worked with lots of people, lot of different personalities, but Donnie Wahlberg is a genuine guy. Really, I was really impressed with him. Really impressed.
What's it like working on the set? I imagine, and for folks listening, can't really talk about the episode. You can go to CBS and Paramount to see the episode. But in terms of just being on set, the action, because those series, those kinds of shows, there's so much action and scene changes, and it's really vibrant. What is that like for you?
Well, now that you asked that question, it's safety first. But I mean, I did an interview earlier this morning, and I was asked about my background, and I have a background in stunts, martial arts, and weaponry, firearms and things like that. So that probably helped me get that job, because how do I say this? I'm involved in a pretty heightened, one of my scenes is a pretty heightened scene. So I've been doing this long enough that you can tell, you can tell when something may go wrong, or somebody is not fully trained for, a certain job. In this particular series, everybody was calm because they had safety meetings, which I'm a big fan of. And I was able to focus on my job because other people were doing theirs.
Team effort takes a village, right? Exactly.
Yeah, but it was great. We were all of the filming that we did was all on location. So it wasn't a fake city or it was like real neighborhood, real people, real houses. We probably destroyed somebody's probably getting their house just back now, but we got it as real as we could, and it was very exciting. And the director, his name is Anthony Hemingway. He's done tons of things. He may have been a guest on your show. He just let me do my job. There's sometimes you can tell when sometimes a director is new or whatever, and they don't really know what is going on, so they're trying things with you on the fly, which is not really in my opinion, a good idea. It's good to have at least a basic idea of what you want. So he explained to me what he saw in his head, and then I executed. So it was excellent all around. Even the food.
Craft services, right? That's very important. Craft services for folks watching is, that table where all the food is for the actors and actresses and crew and everybody in between takes and when there's breaks. And it depends. Each, set you go on, television, film, what have you, there's different foods they bring in. What did they have? Do you remember? What
I had is
we have a foodie crowd here.
Jamaican food. My heritage is Jamaican, so I like Caribbean food, and I like Italian, Japanese, I like all types of food. But they would have a lot of health. What I enjoyed is they had a lot of healthy choices, because I'm guilty of one day many years ago. Remember those big donuts you could get at Costco? They were just huge. Well, I ate 8 of those one day just because I could. And that was, they'd sit there for 6 months and still be shiny. You know what I mean? So I don't know what was in them, but not a good thing to be doing it, later on in life.
But they tasted good.
Yeah, they had chefs cooking food and stuff. It was just a really class act. Even background performers were treated, very nice. I've been on some shows where, not everything is all, happy, right? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Oh, I've seen that too. I was on a commercial shoot, and I was a spokesperson for this New York tri-state area mega auto dealership. And I was the spokesperson in the suit and tie and going through all the cars, big sale on this car. And we've got Kias and Hyundais and da-da-da. And one of the actresses who had been on with me sort of as the co-spokesperson, she had never done a commercial before, and it was all new to her. But what she did, and it was interesting to see the other actors that were on set try to guide her and tell her. The director was very particular, and the director, we would take several shots of the same scene because he wanted every single
Different
possible
angle.
scenario. And then
Okay.
when you're outdoors, as you know, you're up against the sun setting.
Yeah.
Everything has to match. So you got to keep it moving. So she they were trying to guide her because she brought her modeling portfolio and she started showing the actors and actresses her modeling portfolio while she's on set, hired to do this
Wow.
acting or
That's
this
not really smart.
spokesperson role. And they were whispering, they're like, he doesn't, Madge was his name. He's not going to want to see this. He doesn't want to see you selling yourself while you're on a paid gig
Yeah.
already. And then she would start to put her foot down, and she didn't think that lunch was served quick enough, soon enough. I'm getting hungry. Where's the food? And the
Wow.
other more seasoned actors and actresses were trying to whisper in her ear, look, Julie, don't,
Yeah,
if you want to come back, if this is a regular thing, you they never brought her back.
no, I wouldn't.
That was
I wouldn't think
it.
so.
Right. So yeah, it's something you got to just do what needs to be done. And how did you get started in all this? You've been in so many incredible shows, and your voice is used so much for video and animation and all kinds of cool things. When you were growing up, were there performers in your family? What was the entree into this world for you, Dean?
Um, you asked really good questions, Jim. I when I was well, when I was little, I wanted to be a fire truck. Then I grew up later and realized that's not possible. So what I did was I was I used to watch a lot of TV. Is what I'm trying to tell you. And I used to remember the scenes and the dialogue and just talk before I knew what he was going to say or she was going to say. 6 million. What was it? $6 million Man, Lee Majors.
Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of watch that show, but I just was really fascinated with how people interact and get something, it all finished in half an hour. I didn't realize that I was so young that I didn't realize that there was a time, like they're on a schedule. So I started to, my mother was always playing music, and she would, she would dance around the house, and not like not overly excessively, but she would always have something going on in the background. So I just got used to just being, and I grew up now that I look back on my life, my childhood was very, I'm very lucky because I had my mother and my father in my life the whole time. And my household was a very happy household. So I just got to explore. I actually wanted to be an astronaut when I grew up. And then I got, what happened? We came to Canada from England.
Birmingham, England, right?
Yeah, I was born. Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you do your research. I want to say, as a interviewee, it is extremely comforting to know that the person that is interviewing you gives a damn. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Really, thank
Right.
you. It really throws your head when you're like, didn't you? What if you? Do you know who not do you know who I am? Do you know that I'm this guest and not that guest?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And
So,
Masters is a British name. The Masters hail from Yorkshire.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I lived in Birmingham. Birmingham is how I used to. I had
Birmingham.
I had a very strong British accent when I came to Canada, and all the kids used to bug me. My brother's name is Roger, and he used to say, "Hey, Dean, call your brother," and I used to say, "Roger," and they would crack up, and I didn't realize they were laughing at my accent rather than, me yelling. So I learned. I taught myself to. I learned that in England. For example, I would say that's a car, but in Canada or in America, that's a car. So I learned to roll my R's. So I learned to mimic. I guess I learned to mimic. I learned to fit in as much as I could. And then, pretty much all the things I used to get, I was a very curious kid. All the things that got me in trouble later in life turned out to be my superpower now. Now I make money off doing what I used to get in trouble for. So go figure, right?
Everybody in America loves a good British accent too.
Is that right? Really? Oh my God.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, I
We
guess it's but yeah, it's I've never lost that. So it's helped me many actually in Warcraft. I had to speak World of Warcraft, I had to speak with a British accent.
That is something to be a part of that franchise. What was it like being a part of that?
I did not really know what the word. I knew of the game, but I didn't realize it was a global phenomenon. I auditioned for it, and I didn't even know that the dialogue that the audition piece they gave us had nothing to do with the movie, and just to keep keep it secrecy. And the director of that movie, his name is Duncan Jones. And a lot of people know that Duncan Jones is the son of David Bowie, and David Bowie grew up with, Duncan grew up with half sisters and things like that. And one of his mother-in-law at the time was Iman, the model. So I had a conversation with him, and basically working on that show, all of my stunt training and my weaponry training and things like that really came in handy because, and plus I never thought that I was going to be ever as an actor. I never thought I'd ever get to be a knight because I didn't know of any black knights other than the Moors, but not in the movies. So Duncan Jones, he cast
Gladys Knight, but she has the pips.
I used to think that was Gladys Knight and the Pimps. Did you know that?
When you're
That's
kid,
what
right?
For years. They were like, no, those are her brothers.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But I know. You hear what you want to hear, right?
Right. How would you say that with the British accent?
Gladys Knight and the Pimps. Hey, that's them, yeah.
Yeah.
All four of them.
Pimps doesn't change even with the accent.
No,
That's just how you say it.
Once a pimp, always a pimp, I guess.
Right.
Woo. But
Warcraft.
Warcraft. It was a wonderful experience because I got to be a knight. I was an orc. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Yeah.
I got to be an orc, which is one of those green, monsters. And also I was also one of the leaders of the Royal Army. And they trained us. I had ridden horses before, but not in a movie and not to land on a mark. So for about 3 weeks, almost a month, so some of the actors that were cast from here, Vancouver or LA, which we're all here, we all learned to ride together. And one of my roles was as the leader of the Royal Army. I had to have a shield in my left hand and my sword in my right hand, and you can't hold horse reins with a sword and shield. So they were teaching us how to ride the horse by guiding squeezing our knees together with our thighs. And I had no idea that I was going to be learning something so fascinating. Luckily, I didn't have to perform much of that in the film. But where I did stunts, I did acting.
Didn't Jane Fonda have a video about that, or was it Suzanne Summers, the Thigh Master?
Thigh Master.
Thigh Master. That's right, exactly.
Like Jim Masters.
James Masters, yes, the fifth.
Are you the fifth?
Yeah.
Really?
Kind of cool, huh? Yeah.
Quite a good number. An uneven top number for James V. Okay, I got some jokes for you.
But I say you can call me Jim, Jimmy, or James. Just don't call me late for supper. That's it.
No, I know some other Jimmy jokes, but not here. I'll call you after the show.
Right.
But Warcraft, it was a really wonderful experience. I'd never been. Actually, it was the biggest budget film like that. I think that movie, cost millions, but it made billions, and it's still making money today. Just before the pandemic, we finished. Not just before the pandemic. I mean, we finished the film. I got to go to LA. to the red carpet, and we had the premiere. I stayed at the Roosevelt Hotel. All of these things started happening after I did Warcraft. And then after that, I was supposed to be going to China for a press junket to promote the film. And then the pandemic came, and like everything was just, and here we are now.
As my friend Larry from Earth, Wind, and Fire calls it, the damdemic.
Pandemic?
Basically, that's kind of like when I felt like Godzilla was running the show, and you were in that too.
Yes. I was.
What a franchise that is.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
That was for about 10 years. All I did was military, because I was in this there's an organization, it's no longer exists, but in Vancouver, it was called DEFCON 5.
Mm-hmm.
DEFCON 5 was comprised of, it was created by 2 ex-soldiers, military, one from the States and one from Canada. One was an ex-Navy SEAL, and one was a Special Forces. Great gentlemen. They gathered as many stunt actors and performers, because they saw that, the way the police and military things and shows here, they look like people in Halloween costumes, not really technically trained. So they, we had to like sign up. I was kind of drafted, so to speak, but we had to we got a criminal background check. Then we went down to the police department, and they had this old warehouse where they would practice shooting and firing and breaching of rooms and things like that. And we were taught by the SWAT team how to enter a room, how to stay close to your man or woman, cover each other. And if in the 90s, from about 98 all the way up to 2000. Maybe 2005, 2006, anytime you saw police, firemen, anytime a military organization in a movie that was filmed here, that was us. And I learned a lot of discipline, and then a lot of, it was a good time. It was a good time in my life doing the Warcraft. So Godzilla, I would for like years, I would be, it was like for years, I hardly ever had a role I didn't have a machine gun or a Glock or something. So when I became a father in some movies, it was like kind of weird, because where's my gun?
Where's my gun? Exactly right.
I mean, dear, who's the pistol?
Exactly right. Yeah. Well, here's a cool shot. Right.
Yeah. It's me and Woody Harrelson. Yeah, he's.
And this one is from?
This is from this is from War from the Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes.
Right, which is incredible.
Yeah. That was a scene where we were being not so nice to the apes.
That whole franchise, going back to Roddy McDowell, I mean, it was really something, and it's come back.
The rubber noses, the rubber, like I had to watch all of them.
Did you watch them all?
I did. Yeah.
That was such an epic when it was on television. Nothing had been seen on television like that ever previously. It was extraordinary, really extraordinary, and still, talked about today.
Well, to know that movie and then be in it.
And then this one too.
Yeah. I was in that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a different role in that. I was very surprised when I got this one, because I had already been in the first one, Rise for the Planet of the Apes, playing two different type of characters. But I was hoping they weren't going to be like, wait a second, this guy was in, but nobody said anything. So too late.
Right.
Now
exactly. Exactly. I mean, just to be a part of that franchise, really extraordinary. And I mean, all these opportunities coming in the way that they have for you. You're very good at what you do. You're very convincing. Also, this is another Black Lagoon, another terrific one. Look at this.
Yeah, that was the very first. That's a Japanime voice series, and I play a character by the name of Dutch, who is ex-Marine. He's 7'5". He's 385 pounds, and he doesn't take crap from anyone other than that girl in the red hair.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Revy, and they're like mercenaries, and they go in the South Pacific, in the mangroves and stuff like that. Pardon me, excuse me. But Revy is just gun crazy, and he feels for her. Like she's not scary. She's out of control. She's not mean. She's out of control, and Dutch is the only one that can even reach her. So yeah, it's a really good. I like that series. Big in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Tobot. I played Tobot Triton, who's I think he's that guy on the left, maybe. No, he's a little more yellow.
How cool is this to be in the animated world? There's so many people that wish that they could be in it. It's a whole cult following when you are involved in any capacity in, animation, in video games, or anything to do with this. The folks love it.
It's very humbling, Jim, because I meet so many people that tell me about the character, that when, how it was created, and like all of these things that I'm like, oh, interesting. But people, these especially the animation reaches kids, and it stays with them forever. I mean, when it comes to kids and things, anything to do with charity or that, I'm in. I mean, I do this thing it's called Legends and Stars, where we play, us actors play against the Vancouver Whitecaps, and Jensen Ackles from Supernatural does not know how to play soccer, because he always picks up the ball and throws it in the net, and still they allow it. So I don't get it.
That was another one too.
Yeah, that guy.
There he is.
Yeah. I've never seen a guy play basketball on a soccer field and legally score points. He's amazing. This
was another one to be a part of. That was terrific, huh?
Yeah, these guys are really. I'm really proud of both of them. Jensen, now he's got a series called Voight. It's a spin-off of The Boys, and I believe the other guy who played Dean, he is Texas Walker. What is it? Walker, Texas
Walker Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those 3 words in whatever order they come in.
And I think there's like a reboot of that.
Yeah,
wasn't
reboot.
It? Yeah. Kind of like Matlock with Kathy Bates, which is a reboot.
Yeah. Chuck Norris was the original Texas Walker, Texas Ranger. I don't know how to say it.
Texas Walker Ranger.
Texas Walker Ranger. TWR.
That's
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And of course, another great franchise.
Yeah.
Superman and Lois, huh?
Yeah, that's I'm one of the few actors that I know of who have gotten to play both sides of the universe of Marvel and DC, and not have any conflicts. So I'm pretty lucky that way. I got told that by, do you realize that your character couldn't be in this place because your character killed this character, your Marvel character killed your DC. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
Well, it would be here in America a marvel if there were no conflicts in DC.
Well said.
But
that's why you got
to. That's right. I like that. That's a good. I'm going to use that for branding. That's why you got a show.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
How many episodes have you got? Have you done now?
Over 1,400 in 5.5 years.
That is a lot.
And episodes.
Like 4 a day?
There have been, yeah. In the early years, there was like 2 a day, and then we would do weekends, Saturday and Sundays, and because some of our guests are in Ireland, England, and other parts of the world, right, where the time zone is ahead.
Yes.
So we'll do it earlier in the day on a Saturday, so it's like 7:00 for them, so their fans and viewers can watch live and participate live as well.
Very
so
nice.
yeah, try to accommodate everybody, along the way.
Well, I've heard nothing but good. Oh, here we go. Good things about your show, and now that I'm on it, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
I appreciate that. Another great one here, huh?
Yeah, I was actually in. I wasn't in the original one. I was in the reboot that
Yes.
they did here in Vancouver, and yeah, it was quite interesting to see. You know, what is it? Scully and Mulder. Those two
Uh-huh.
characters.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'd watched the show for many years, even before I was really doing any acting, and then I'm doing scenes with them. So yeah, it was pretty neat. Mhm.
You mentioned a Jamaican background.
Yes.
Isn't Sidney Poitier, did he hail from the
No,
Bahamas or
he is from
West
he's
Indies?
he's Bayesian, Barbados, I believe.
One of the great actors,
Yeah, yeah,
and deeply missed. I mean, he was somebody too that could take on a role and just make magic with it, just not
yeah.
even sometimes saying words, just with his expressions. Who are some people in the industry over the years who have inspired you? Maybe they've mentored you, but that you've always admired as well coming up the ranks.
Hmm. Well, before I knew his name, he was always that guy. Gary Oldman is somebody. The actor Gary Oldman is someone who's I can never. He would always be like a chameleon. Is that guy? He disappears into the character that he plays. He's never looked the same twice, as far as I'm concerned. Um, I like Gary Oldman. Who else? I mean, there's Robert Duvall. There's a real honestness to me about Robert Duvall. And also who else do we have? See, at this very moment, these are the names that I'm coming up with. But if you ask me 2-3 weeks from now, it might be something else. But I also really like Meryl Streep.
Mm,
I like Meryl
mhm,
Streep.
mm.
And
I always loved Jack Lemmon too, his
yeah,
wit
he's
and
fun.
his
Yeah,
humor could take on
yeah.
anything.
I mean, Morgan Freeman,
Morgan
his
Freeman.
voice,
Mm.
his acting. There's a lot of what I'm finding now is there's a lot of really good actors that are very much like actors from when I was a kid. So, you know, the theory is that as an actor, you steal from who you like, the actors you like, but the reason why the actors who you admire so much are admired by you is because you just didn't get to see who they stole from. You know what I mean?
Kind of like Milton Berle taking everybody's jokes and rehashing.
Yes, everybody. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That
That's funny.
was
You must be around the same age.
30.
27. Geez, that's
Yeah.
pretty close. Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm your elder then. Sit up straight. Right.
Oh, okay.
Look at this too. This has
Oh
got a
yeah,
cult following.
Mech X4. Yeah, yeah.
We did our
That was
homework here.
yeah. I like I said, Jim. It really means a lot to be interviewed and not to have to do any work. I'm just
It's
kidding.
all there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, like,
I like that laugh.
do you know this show? Do you know? It's
That's a
funny.
great laugh.
Um, well, thank you. Mech X4, yes, that was a series that was done up here in Vancouver, and it was directed by a Canadian director by the name of Zach Lipovsky, and he cast me in. He's actually the director of that very successful film Freaks as well, and he put me in that film as well. But yeah, a lot of things. I have something. I want to show you something.
Sure.
This is
Absolutely.
something that I was made for me by a fan of the Warcraft movie, and like I said, I did 2 characters,
Mm,
and it showed up at my agent's office one day.
how cool.
Okay,
Look at this.
so I played a orc and I played a human. Now this is a painting. I'm going to try to not get the. Can you see?
That's
See the?
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's one of the most treasured things I've ever had in my life. It's like because every time I look at it, it just reminds me of how many hours and days and we worked really hard on that film, but I didn't expect to have a real memory of it, such as this. So yeah, this is
that is cool.
The artist, her name is Patricia Sparks, and you should check out some of her stuff. She does amazing stuff. But she gave this to me as a gift, and I was just so like even the same skin tone is pretty on there too, right? But,
it's amazing when you had it up and you were talking behind it. If somebody if they just tuned in now, you were like, "Wait a minute, AI? They're using AI. That's not real."
Look at the size of that guy's head.
I'm starting to have to confirm now when we have our shows. I am Jim. I am real. I'm here, and Dean is really there, and he's real.
I'm real.
We are real. If you pinched us, we would scream.
What's that one's name? Something I just read about it last night. Tori something.
Oh, the actress where all of these casting agencies wanted to hire her and cast her, and it's not even. It was all AI. It was.
They didn't know she was a.
That's the question.
Human. She wasn't one of us,
right?
Yeah, that's. How
do you feel about that sliding into your work?
I think as far as safety and things go for like stunts and wondering, like looking at how the trajectory of a fall would be, use AI. Yeah, great. But my thing is, I fear a day when they're going to someone's going to say, boy, that guy sounds like Jim Masters and Dean Redman. And if they'll take a little bit of your voice, a little bit of my voice, and then they'll say, well, that's not, who's it? Well, it's not anybody. It's just sounds a little like Dean Redman. And there'll be really no way for us to prove that they're taking our likeness or our, our audio and melding them. Because now when I see a lot of these AI people, they look a little bit like Tom Cruise and they look a little bit like this person, but just enough so they can't say it is that person.
Well, I hope they use good lighting when they do it.
Yeah, so I'm a little conflicted with that, but I mean it's happening. It's it's helping us with this actual. It helped me load up to be able to be with you today. So it's not all bad, but I don't know what the ratio of good to bad is, but I think it's a little more on the lean side for the goodness.
Oh, you're a technical expert today behind the scenes. That he took a crash course and all of it, folks. He is an expert. You should have seen me.
It was 4 a.m. I was like, oh no, it was
Seen you or heard you? Oh, both.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm quiet. But I'm just. What is it? I steam.
Coming out of the ears a little. That is funny.
Noah's Ark. Well, let me explain that. So this is a series that was done up here. I think they did it for 2 years, and it's the guy that has the shirt that says Flamboy. I can't remember his name. It'll come in a moment. But
he looks very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the lead of the show, and it's about 4 gay friends and their lives. And do you know Victoria Rowell from I think it was Young and Restless or Days of Our Lives? She's one of the few Black artists.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that series, I played her husband, and then she left me for another woman and couldn't take it, so I took off. Yeah,
he took off into the supernatural. That's it.
And started a war.
Yeah.
Arrow. Yes, that was what did I do on that again? Oh yeah. That was I think the first
Isn't
year.
that what happens? There's so many that you're like, okay, what was I in that
No, I'm not.
one?
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah,
That. Oh,
you're right. There's
that's
so
so
many.
long ago. Um, yeah, I was. What did I do on that? I think I did a stunt. I did a stunt on that, and then it got a little dangerous. So they had someone double me. So I ended up doing the lines and stuff. But
What is it like? We had Sandra uh, Gimple here on the show, and she is one of the terrific, legendary female stunt women. And she was, I think, Bionic Woman, and like all of these.
okay,
She doubled a lot of the actresses over the
yeah.
years, and she was a guest on our show a few months back. And we were talking about, some of the incredible things that happened and the positions that she was in that were very risky, and where sometimes things could go wrong when there's fire and flood and
Yeah.
height. And what are some of the more standout stunts that you had to do that you recall that were really, everything had to be precision to pull that off?
I jumped off the top of a building here in Vancouver on fire in 2004, 2003 or 2004. And that was kind of like when I said, you know what? This ain't so cool anymore. This is, I realized I actually could get hurt at doing this. But yeah, the the high falls, the working. I've been, as a stuntman, I've been working, with actors who really have, in my opinion, no business doing the stunt that they're doing with a stunt person, because I've been hit in the face when we do the choreograph. I'm supposed to go to the left, but they go left too. But they go right. So they, instead of going, swinging the gun by my head, they hit me right in the face. So I've been, yeah, it's a tough thing to do. But I know I know some stunt people who, like, there's daredevils and then there's stunt people, and a lot of people seem to get that mixed up. I know I have people say, "Oh, you should tell your producer friend, oh, I can do this. I like to play with knives, or I can, it's safety first." So I'm
Like
really
a
big, yeah, I'm really big on safety.
like a Evil Knievel would be like a daredevil, right?
He's a daredevil, yeah.
Right.
He's not, because no stuntman would do that
Mhm.
without, you know,
Or the what
the
about like,
wires and CG.
well, yeah, like the Wallendas, the flying Wallendas who go over the tight ropes.
Yeah,
Like one of them went over the Grand
right.
Canyon, or you know,
Niagara
uh,
Falls.
or they considered daredevil,
Uh,
or kind
yeah, I
of,
would consider them daredevils, because
yeah,
I mean they're really risking their life when in a situation where,
extreme.
yeah. One thing I want to say about the stunt game or the stunt industry is, I have a lot of respect, and always have, for female stunt performers, because I've done stunts myself, and most of the time I'm doing stunts, I'm in a, coat, jacket, jeans, or suit. I got hide my elbow pads under my, like my knees are padded up. But these women are wearing a cocktail dress and heels, and they've got to fall down the stairs. No pads, just, good luck, baby.
Mm.
So, and I personally think that in that scenario, I think a stunt woman should get paid like almost like double. But my fear, if that happens, they just won't do those stunts anymore. They just, well, we got it. It's too expensive. We can't do it. So but I've watched some really good stunt women just kick butt and like really not get compensated for it. So,
Mm.
that's just my thought. I also feel like when you have actors that really are not really qualified for stunts, if they really want to do a stunt, do it on the last day of filming, because if you get hurt,
Makes sense.
everybody else has to lose their pay for 6 months while your broken butt heals. and they just put their kids in college. They just bought a house. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. So that's my. Since you asked,
Since I
that's
asked, that's the story
I
he's sticking
just
to.
find like leave the stunt to the stunt performers.
To the stunt
Give
performers.
the acting to the actors. There's a reason why, we have different strengths, right?
Exactly right. Like we showed that before. That again, that was a great one. So is this.
Oh yeah, Psych, the movie.
You've done it all. Your career is so varied.
I've there I complain a lot, so they're like, okay, here he comes, just give him something. Jeez, just get him off the lot. Just give, yeah.
Do you use the British accent when you do the complaining? Because it sounds more
When I
convincing
cuss,
when
when I
it's
swear, I can get away with more swearing with a suit and a British accent than I can with jeans and what the
it's
I'm not gonna cuss on your show, but
what a bloody mess this is, or something.
what the bloody hell are you doing, man? You're out your fucking mind.
And then they say, cut,
yeah,
print it.
yeah. Do that again. No, you're gonna pay me this time.
Right.
But Psych, I did that series. I was in that series with Maggie Lawson, and then I did a movie about a year ago, Christmas movie called Sugar Plumbed, playing with Maggie Lawson. Fly to Toronto. I'm checking into the hotel. She's like, Dean. I'm like, Matt. So I think the next thing I'm going to be doing might have some Maggie Lawsonness in it.
How cool is
she's wonderful too. She's on Blue Blood. She plays one of the leads as well. Wonderful actor.
Smallville.
Tom Welling. Yep. I screwed up some of my biggest lines with that guy, and we just giggled our faces off for like 3 takes until we finally got it right. He's it was he cracks me up. He's really funny. He's a really funny guy. Good actor, good sense of humor, but he's not all full of himself.
Which is refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you come across,
good looking dude too. Like I was like, wow, anyway.
Yeah. It's it's interesting because it is refreshing when you come across people who do it because they love the craft and they're, and whatever comes of it. Do you watch your material? Like I had heard there are some folks, like I think I heard Johnny Depp once say that he doesn't necessarily go back and watch his movies, or he's on to the next thing. Now, I know in my work in television or anything I've done on radio, what have you, I will watch it because I want to detach from the emotion that I had and the investment that I made while doing it.
Let's prove that it's over.
And I want to hear and see what people were saying. Wow, that was great, or terrific, or high five. And I wasn't really absorbing that because I was still on the high of doing the work, and then removed from the emotion, watching it as a viewer, as a consumer of it. I see it from a different eye, and I see maybe a little of what they were saying.
I agree with all of that. I agree with thank you. I've never been able to put it that way, but yes, I do watch things that I do because I just want to see. Because I'll be like, oh, that's the take they took. Oh, okay, I thought they were going to use the other take, and also so I can, like you said, just move on from it. But objectively, when I watch myself, I'm looking for my mistakes first, or the things that I find. So I'll watch it
hard on yourself.
Yeah, the very first time I'll watch it, it'll be like, oh my god.
Right, me too. Shock value. Yeah. Right, like what? Like, and then I watch it again.
Yeah, and then you can actually
appreciate it.
That it's you watching you, and so
I'll pull things out I did years ago on tape or whatever, put it in, and say, you know what? Under those conditions of what was going on in that studio or whatever was happening, and with that level of experience back then, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
I should have listened to what they were saying because that was pretty good. I pulled that off, but it takes time for me to.
It's a serious commitment to like no dialogue and because as an actor, sometimes we do a scene or in our location, and we're there for 4 or 5 days. I'm wearing the same clothes for 4 or 5 days. It's always night. Is it Tuesday or Friday? What the hell day? Like, everything's the same. So it does play on your mind. But with me watching things that I've done before, I mean, I really enjoy it when I completely can't remember what the lines that I had to say, and then I'm seeing them come out of this. That's when I can really enjoy watching something I've done. Was when I've totally forgot that I've done it, or at least forgot the dialogue.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
that emotional attachment.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you a perfectionist, or are you hard on yourself?
I don't, the word perfectionist to me is, I don't think I've ever met one, because there's no one that's perfect, in my opinion.
Exactly right.
But I like, for me as an actor, I find the more vulnerable I am, the more real I am, the more real my performance is. Even if I'm a military general and I want attack at those guys, I find that playing the fear of, if we don't get them, if we don't take care of these people, they're going to get us, just with some force, rather than, dead cold. Like every scene in any movie, anywhere, anytime, is about vulnerability of everybody. Again, that's what I believe. So the perfection thing is like, I used to try to get the words perfect.
Right.
But sometimes the way I said it sounds, and the director's like, you know what, actually, let's leave it like that. It's just, we're trying things out. So no, I would not call myself a perfectionist. I mean, I like to do things as efficiently, and I don't like to waste people's money or people's time with creating bloopers, and but I do believe in efficiency, but perfect, I've never seen that before.
I tell people who are
That's
hung
for
up.
you in the show.
Why, thank you. I tell people who are hung up on that, on
You gonna swear?
when they say they're perfectionists or what have you. I'll say, you know what? Here's something that may lighten that for you. I understand what you're saying as far as striving for perfection, or you're trying to make it perfect, or it has to be perfect in your mind. How about this? How about throwing out the window the word perfect or perfection, because that doesn't really exist.
Yeah. What is that?
Maybe a red rose comes close, about it. But how about swapping that out for the word striving for excellence? It's similar to the mindset I understand that you have, but instead of striving for perfect, you're striving for excellence. And all of a sudden they'll say, wow, now I can breathe. I can still strive in the way that my mind makes me think I'm striving, but I'm not claustrophobic in a box where perfect or else, but I'm striving for excellence. And that seems to resonate.
I agree with that.
A swapping out of the word, so they don't have to get so wrapped up in it.
Yeah, I look more for the truth. When you watch TV, you see a scene. The only thing that wrecks it for me is if I don't believe them. But if I believe that, when for example, John Wick, I believe that most of the time he's in the situation that he needs to get out of. But you can tell when someone is like, the way I liken it to is, I used to be an actor, but now I really consider myself, because I'm able to be more conscious of it, as a reactor, meaning I react to these situations around me just like we do in real life. Acting is like predetermined actions. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Without
right.
listening and without responding, just, and then that's boring.
How do you suppress or turn off or eliminate that British voice? What is that technique like? Which I always found it fascinating when you listen to these singers, and they sound like they come from New York or Chicago or Nashville or Los Angeles, then when they're speaking in an interview,
Yeah.
here's the full British
So I
accent.
think
You go,
full
wait, I
comprised.
thought they
Yeah.
were from here.
Yeah.
No, they're from there.
Yeah.
Are you conscious or working
Well,
at it?
I
Or
well, I mean, as I'm speaking to you, this is the voice you're hearing is now my speaking voice. But I do remember having the British accent, but I had a different. I was like I was from a different place, but literally, obviously. But I mean, like for example, when you hear when I use this as an example, you'd hear the Beatles, right? Kind of like you're saying, the Beatles, they spoke in British accents, but the music they listened to was American. So they learned to sing like Americans while they spoke like British. They didn't sing like British people. They sang like, they Americans, their words, in my opinion, kind of like fall on top of each other. A British person speaks like this, you know what I mean? But American, their words, to me, their words kind of fall all, especially a Texan. How you doing today? Everything are like the words fall along on each other. So I feel that when you're that young, you're like a sponge. I was 7 when I came to Canada. Didn't like getting teased. Didn't like people laughing at my accent. So I was like, what am I going to put this? So I found somewhere to put it, and it was just not away, but just down. But when I go to Jamaica, I talk with the Jamaican. Like I'm a kind of a mimic and sponge. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's why you do so much voice work too. Have you done other narration work and anything? You got I could hear you on a smooth jazz station.
Yeah.
And now here's Dave Kaz, here's Miles Davis on QCO 4 or whatever the channel would be. I mean, I could hear that. Have you been, solicited for that kind of work or narration and other television announcing and things?
Yeah, a lot of the voice work that I do is well, not anymore, but some of it was charity. Again, anything for kids. I would do answer, be the greeting voice, and either like there would be a lot of people who would ask me to answer their phone with my, not to answer the phone, but use my voice as their greeting voice in the Nick Fury thing, in the Nick Fury voice. Sorry, but I do offer my voice for charity and things like that. But there is some. I'm going to start doing some reading kids books and things like that. I've done stuff for some of the hospitals in Vancouver. Just again, anything for kids. It doesn't cost me anything to use my voice. It's free, so why not?
Do you get like I do, where sometimes I'll answer the phone, I'll say, "Hello, Jim speaking," or "Hello," and this is my natural. The voice you're hearing now isn't put on or turned on, and I've had people say,
Are you?
"You're using your announcer voice." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, this is a lot of my voice. My sister has a similar sound. My father, who's from New York, has a similar way of speaking, and it's just how I normally speak. Maybe
Yeah.
when you're on radio or doing something
Yeah.
on
I'm gonna
television,
enunciate it a little more clearer,
a
but
little bit,
that's it.
but generally, it's
Hi,
how it
how
is.
are you today? I just, no.
Good evening. This is Eyewitness News, right? But I will answer the phone sometimes, and there'll be a pause because people say, and I'll go, "Hello, are you there?" And they'll go, "Oh, Jim." I'll say, "Yeah."
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought you were the voicemail."
Voicemail.
I thought you were. I wasn't sure if this was
Yeah,
you or the. I'm like, no, it's me. I'm here. Do you ever get that?
I do. I do. You know, um, how do I say this? Yes, I've had, people say, "Oh, you have a very nice voice," and "Oh, you could read me the telephone book," or all that kind of stuff, which is nice, but I don't have time to do that. um,
Plus, there's a cost involved. You're a professional.
Well, do they still have telephone books in New York? They don't have them over here anymore.
No, they're all gone.
Yeah, it's nice. It's I mean, I don't hear my voice the way that everybody else, other people do. I have a friend who's an actor as well, and he has a deep voice. I feel his voice. He has a really nice voice. I feel his voice is deeper than mine, but he swears up and down that my voice is way deeper than his. So we went and investigated how does one hear their voice, and I'm hearing a third generation of my voice as opposed to the real bass off of my chest voice. It's not as clear to me in my head as it is to somebody else audibly, if that makes sense. I feel it, but I don't hear it as well as somebody else will.
As somebody else.
Yeah, that's how it's been explained to me. So please don't.
On it. And then there's Barry White, and I think he tops it all.
I think he had one of those things.
Yeah, just
under it, because he always wore ascots. That's very suspicious to me. No,
you were so well received in this one too, Virgin River.
Yeah, I still can't believe that. I mean, of course I can. No, yeah. I really that.
We've had several of the cast on too, and
really
that when it hit, it really hit.
I have not, in all of my career, I have never had any other show other than Virgin River be beat out by Virgin River because of like people. Oh, you're the guy from Virgin. Can I get of course you can.
#1 Netflix series at the time, Virgin River.
Yeah. That was and I'm looking like Erin O'Toole was right over my right shoulder. She was just wonderful. That's Peter O'Toole's daughter, by the way.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. There was this scene was my huge. I had a really big speech. I was telling the townspeople that if this gets any worse, we're gonna have to cross the river and go to meet at the field at Kit's arena, and so on and so forth. And I remember that day. I don't remember why, but I wasn't drinking much water. I was just too busy to. I felt to I kept walking past the water. Would like some water? Oh, no, I'm okay. No, thanks. And then I'm wearing a fireman's outfit, and that outfit is to repel heat and keep it out. So I was inside in a studio. This is the middle of summer, and I remember I felt a trickle of water run down the middle of my back and further down. And when you start sweating, if your lips are a little dry, the lady told me, you're already dehydrated.
Right.
So what happened with that was I was dehydrated, and I had to do this scene, and I had to start the middle part and carry on to the end, leave the beginning of the dialogue, start the middle, forget the middle, start the beginning, forget the middle part, then jump to like all of this, making my money that you really, you know what I mean? I'm making my money that day. And then all of a sudden, boom, all the words just went out. I was like, I couldn't remember if I was starting or if I was stopping, you know what I mean? And I had to walk and hit certain marks. And then Erin just, she came up to me and she just whispered close in my ear, the first 3 words of the monologue, boom, right back in my, all my memory just came rushing back. But the moral of my story is, if you're on set in a hot city or hot anywhere, and you're an actor, anybody, drink your water, because you'll suffer somewhere, and it hopefully won't be with your dialogue if you're an actor.
And you're hearing those words from a stuntman too, so really heed that advice, because he's been in some heated situations. So absolutely, great advice for anybody, whether you're an actor or not. Here's another terrific
funny now, but before I was like, this is never going to be funny. I don't care. Just shut up. It's not going to be funny ever.
Right. And his statement about drinking water is his maximum conviction.
Yeah.
Another great one.
That was did that with I'd worked with Steven Seagal before, but I got to meet Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yeah,
Jim, I tell you, that guy's a sweetheart.
That's what I always heard, right?
Yeah, he's real, like a murderer on TV, but he's such a sweet guy. He's like, I was like, wow, you're really sweet. Oh, he goes, thank you. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, there's one scene where we're coming around the corner, walking with me and Seagal and this other guy, this martial arts guy, Ray, and we come around the corner, and Steve is supposed to be coming up towards us. So we're walking down the hallway, take a left, and Steve's like, he's like frozen. He makes his face, and we all just cracked up. And he did it again, and you see, he was a very very comical guy. Not what you'd expect from his persona in the ring.
Has producing and directing and writing been something that you've wanted to partake in as well?
Yes. I'm producing and writing. I've written co-written a film with a friend of mine that I'm going to be. We just had a meeting last night. We're going to be filming in about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks.
That's fantastic. Is it a drama, a comedy, a thriller?
It's a drama, and again,
that's
all
great.
these NDA things, but maybe next, if I could come on your show another time and tell you about that.
That's awesome. That's great. A lot of cool things are down the pike for you as well, including Boston Blue. Look for that on the 17th of October, folks. That's coming up very, very soon. Again, you'll see him there.
Yes, October 17th. Please watch it.
That's really, really exciting. You've done a lot. A couple of our viewers watching live, and we welcome everybody who's watching live around the world, or if you're watching this later in the archives, we welcome and value you as well. Kathleen Walker, one of our longtime, we call them Jim Master Show lovities, because I said during the start of the pandemic that, the world needed a lot of light love and levity. And I said it a little too fast, and I tripped up, and I said, our show is all about light levity. And somehow that was combining love and levity.
Yeah, I like that.
Love and levity. So she's in New York City watching, and she had a question. And, we invite the viewers to ask a question, post it in chat. Do you have a favorite role that you've played, and what kind of role would you like to play? And of course, she says, I mean, ROLE.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So a favorite you've played, and is there one out there that is elusive that you would love to take on?
Yeah. I think at this moment in time, because there's a lot of roles that I've done that I've liked, I would say Warcraft would be one of my favorite roles. It's just movies, is because I got to play two characters, and they were so different. One was an alien from another planet, an orc, green monster, and then the other character was like I said, the leader of the Royal Army, and I got to ride horses, and there were certain scenes where I was here and then just there, like the two different characters. I think there was one scene where we were going to pass each other, but I don't think it made it into the movie. So I would say, for your question, for her question, the movie would be the World of Warcraft. And for what I'd like to do, probably something like, maybe like a serial killer or something like that, but with a good lesson at the end of the movie that you shouldn't do that. Something like that. Something
a moral at the end.
Yeah, because I play a lot of I don't want to, when I say delicious, I'm not saying villainy is delicious, but I find the villains are more delicious,
rich character,
the good guys. Yeah, because they drive the action, they drive everything. You know what I mean? and being a bad guy is in the movies
Yeah.
is usually harmless. Right,
And
kids?
you've got a good actor there when a guy that has a smile like this can play a bad guy. How can a guy like that play a bad guy?
Because I'm wearing a suit. I'm trying to tell you, Jim.
Yeah, it said
Put
he's
on a
an
suit.
actor. He's an actor. Yes. That's a cool shot too.
Yeah, that was when was that? That was when I was working out twice a day. No,
Was it for a particular role?
that was for well, no, I was just I wanted to get some headshots. I was
It's
like,
like a
well,
great modeling shot,
oh, thank
like a
you.
GQ type of thing.
Yeah, that's
On the top of next month's Men's Health magazine is Dean Redman.
well, a photo of him because he's yeah, sure. Hey, I'm into that. That sounds good to me. I'm
Well,
doing
that's
this
because
next
you
month.
had, what was it, 19 donuts you said on craft services?
It was 8, and I was
Hey,
I was I was 31 then. So I was like bored. I was like, what
I
else?
was bored.
Yeah, yeah. I would not
That,
do that
that
again.
wasn't the day you didn't drink the water, was it?
I was very busy. I was busy doing dialogue. Yeah, that's why I'll never make that mistake again.
Yeah,
Hydrate
no,
yourself.
yeah. It's amazing that as a well-known, accomplished actor and celebrated as you are, Dean, that you have over 100 film, television, and voice acting credits to your name,
Yeah,
and growing, huh?
yeah. No, it's I feel very fortunate to that I stuck with it because
Yeah,
there's no real guarantee in this game, and you know, but thing is, like, I don't really know anything else. So,
that's it's funny too. I'll talk to somebody who's been in the industry for like 60 years, and I'll say, when do you think the big break happened? When do you think that big break, magically appeared? And they'll have done everything on the planet for 60
still
years.
waiting
I'll
for
say,
it.
I'm still waiting for it, is what they say.
Yeah, I know,
Is,
I know.
is there a thing to that? What is the thing to that?
Everybody else's career is always somehow magically moving at a different rate than yours. It's that
So,
grass is greener thing.
which just makes you keep working and,
Yeah,
plowing the fields and doing it right. Exactly. It's
very, very punny.
we for those out there who watch our show who love the Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies, and there are a lot of our viewers who do, are faithful, lovely fans.
Thank you.
You've been in notable Hallmark and Lifetime movies as well. You were in the Yoga Teacher Killer.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't the killer. I was the lawyer that put that girl away, Landon Jones. Actually, it's a true story. It's
Yes.
a
Yeah,
very
you're
true
right.
story. It's quite sad, but
Yeah.
yeah, my good friend Katie Boland wrote and directed the screenplay, and yeah, it was really nice to work with her.
A lot of different shows and whatnot that you've been in. You mentioned the Christmas mega hit Sugar Plumbed as
Yeah,
well, which is another. uh,
I love that movie. I mean,
mm,
I'm in it, yes, but I really do love it's just such a happy, cute movie. It really is.
and you were the villain of that. And
Yes.
then the 4-part miniseries Dawn.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was if anyone knows VC Andrews, very kind of dark humor, not dark humor, but dysfunction. Yeah.
Stargate SG-1,
Yes.
Dark Angel as well,
Yeah.
a multitude of network television series, which is fantastic. You can see them everywhere, folks. Want to let you know, too, with Boston Blue, for those in America, it'll be on, of course, the CBS television network,
Right.
and also streaming on Paramount Plus, Canada on Crave in Canada, and CTV as
Right.
well. So our fabulous friends to the north, you can catch them there as well. What are some of those blessings and joys that continue in your life, that continue you doing what you do so well, my friend?
I'm sorry. What are some of the things that uh, I didn't hear?
some of those blessings and joys? What are some of those blessings and joys that are in your life that give you
Oh,
sort of that fill your wheelhouse and give you what you need to go out there and do what you do and do so well?
well, thank you.
Sorry, we run out of time. No.
Well, humor is one of them.
Absolutely. That's the
Uh,
Irish part of me, is the humor.
yes. There. Yeah. You just, honestly, lately I've been feeling very grateful for a lot of the things because of the way the world is going, it is happening, or what's happening to the world. Um, you know, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Like, there's some people who hopefully tomorrow are not going to wake up in rubble. You know what I mean, because of some air attack. So I'm just happy to be able to just wake up, and I go to the gym most mornings, during the week, but I don't like it. But I really appreciate the fact that I can do it, because it means I'm healthy. It means I've got nowhere to be at 4:20 in the morning, or not just coming in from work, a late work shift and things like that. But just peace of mind, and knowing that, I've been putting my mind, I've been sticking to this for so long, and it's working out, and I'm meeting a lot of good, wonderful people, and reaching a lot of people with the work that I do, and it brings me a lot of joy. I meet nice people all over the place, telling me, "Oh, I watched your show. I watched the show you were on," and it means a lot to me to be useful. Because as an actor, I'm in the service industry. This is how I look at it.
That's exactly right. And when you look at it and treat it that way, it becomes enjoyable, a pleasure, and you want to keep doing it and connecting with people. Beautifully said, Dean. Pierre Kelly just had a quick question. Hey, Pierre, thanks for watching the Jim Masters Show. Good to have you here. How did it feel working with Donnie Wahlberg?
That's funny, Pierre, because I was just thinking about him. Donnie Wahlberg was an absolute terrible. No, he was an absolute. He's the worst. No, he is an absolute blessing to work with. The first day I got to the set, there's a green area where the actors sit. It's Donnie Wahlberg, and it's Sonequa Martin-Green, and it's Donnie Wahlberg. And I happen to know that Donnie Wahlberg is a executive producer on the show. So I just said, we were about to go out and do our scenes. And I said, Donnie, nice to meet you. I just, he introduced himself, and I said, I just want to thank you very much for this opportunity. He goes, you know what he says? I didn't do anything. That's what Donnie Wahlberg says to me. I didn't do anything. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't? Oh, really? You didn't do? And he goes, well, he's so humble, but very nice guy. He could be anywhere, and you want an autograph from him or something, he will take the time to come and talk to you, because he knows that if it wasn't for you, the fans, he wouldn't be able to do what he does. And he said that to me. He said that to me as well. So yeah, working with him was, when I grow up, I want to be like Donnie Wahlberg. That's that.
Donnie, did you want to step in now, or?
Oh, he's here.
I was going to say, and our next guest.
Where's my painting?
That would be magical if that did happen. So we get our fingers and toes crossed. You just never know. You never know.
Yeah, pretty close to.
Really terrific getting a chance to explore more of you and what makes you tick, and your passions, and the early years, and how much you're enjoying it and celebrating. I mean, the wealth of things that you have been in, and continue to, celebrate it all and enjoy it all. And whether it's a big part or small part, there you are. This is a cool shot too. Is this in New York?
That's in New York.
That's in New York. That's fantastic.
That's right in New York.
That's a good shot. You're looking up to the sky.
Yeah, I was
At the Empire State Building, or
no, I was looking at a spot on the wall because the photographer said, "Okay, just there you go, a little higher. Okay, that's it."
yeah.
I wish I had some, dramatic story to tell you. I saw a woman on the ledge, and so I ran up, so
climbed the ladder. And
yeah,
started.
That was before I saved the day. That's what that
save the day. You're a hoot and a holler and a delight to chat with, my friend, really. And you asked to come back on when you have more to announce and share and celebrate, or just stop by. Obviously, spread the word about the Jim Masters show.
I will definitely, and on my Instagram. And I'm going to go out there and make some more movies just so I can come back on the show.
So you can come back on this show. I love that.
Yes.
Well, I always tell all the guests that we're going to keep the porch light on for them. So the porch light is lit. You're welcome back anytime. Tell your fellow acting friends that they were welcome to join us as well. And I really hope, Dean, you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you.
Jim, I had an amazing time, and I can't wait to come back and tell you some more things. Maybe I'll interview you one time, because I know you must have some wonderful stories, more than the small ones that you share. Like I'd like to come and interview you one day on the Dean Redman show.
The Dean Redman show. Is it going to be like the Dean Martin roasts, or
no? You can't do that anymore.
You can't do that anymore. Don,
you can't show up to a studio drunk
and smoking and
no, it's no more fun anymore.
Hey, lady.
Yes, Jim, an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed this time with you. I have heard good things about you, and now there's going to be more even said. So thank you so much.
I appreciate that. Is there any way to repeat what you just said in the British accent?
So, I had a wonderful time. It was absolutely fabulous, mate. Lovely. How's that?
I love that. That's good. Hire this guy.
I had a wonderful. Oh, I see.
My father gave me this sage advice. And now viewers here have heard this before, but I've been saying this for 100 years, even before I started this show. My father, with his wonderful sage advice and his Irish wit and wisdom, said when I was 7 years old, telling a 7-year-old the sage advice, he goes, of course, James, but he uses Jim. So I was at that point Jimmy. I've grown into Jim, but we're still old James. Jimmy, now remember, anytime that somebody says something kind or nice to you, now I'm 7 years old, he's telling me this, always make sure that you take the time to thank them for those kind words. Always thank them for those kind words. Then ask them to please put those words in writing and address it management.
At 7 years old.
And how true is that, huh? Get those words to management quickly.
Anything I've said to you about you, I'll put it down on paper if you need.
Yeah, sure. Right. I appreciate that very much. A full circle experience. And Pierre, now that's going to cost you. Pierre wants to hear an Australian accent. He probably could.
Let's see, Australian.
Barbie? On the Barbie.
Shrimp on the Barbie. No, it just sounds like I'm being Brit. No. Wait till I go to Australia. I'll come back.
He'll come back.
Yep, on the next episode that I'm on. Is it Pierre?
Pierre. That was Pierre.
I'll do that. I'll give you a Maori accent and a localer accent. How's that?
That sounds great. Kathleen Walker in New York City, who had answered her question about favorite roles. Just want to throw some of the viewers in since we are live, everybody. Thank you for being here, Dean. It has been great listening to you. Thanks for answering my questions. Wishing you continued success and blessings. Crystal Nolan is in Connecticut, USA. Crystal, Thank you for the great conversation, Jim and Dean. I wish you continued success in all of your work. Just a couple of the comments coming in here
Oh,
for you,
thank
Dean.
you.
It's nice stuff, right? That's
That's
how we do
nice.
it here at the Jim Masters Show.
This is cool.
That's how we do it. Is there a website and places people can go to check out everything Dean?
Yes, there's going to be deanredman.com. There is that, but it's not up yet. But I do have Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back.
Didn't Phil
And my
Collins sing
Instagram
that?
is,
Follow you, follow me.
yeah, my Instagram is connected to Facebook. I don't really look a lot on Facebook just because, yeah, there's a lot of fighting on Facebook. But the Instagram, yeah, you follow me, let me know care of the Jim Masters Show, and I will follow you back. If you let me know you're a Jim Masters fan, I'm a fan of yours, so we will follow each other.
And you might even get a lollipop.
Yeah.
You're the best, my friend. This was fantastic. I hope it was everything that you hoped.
Oh God, this is the kind of interview that I love to do. They're very rare, but they're just so rewarding. And with you have fans of the show. Now I'm fans of theirs. They have fans now. They got one of your biggest fans is Dean Redman. So thank you for your questions and your time. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and you too, Jim.
And me too, Jim.
Well, this is a great show. This is fantastic.
I appreciate it very much. And door is always open for you, my friend, and a real pleasure to have you here. And somebody that wanted to just say good night. Mr. George Burns is with us.
Boy. Hey, how you doing, George?
Pretty realistic, huh? With a cigar.
Yeah,
he hangs out below where the martinis are. He's down there. The martinis.
A little scary, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, to have him right
and
there.
He's got
right?
his wig on straight this time too.
He's got the wig on, and
yeah, wow.
Remember, he played God in the movies, huh?
Yeah, he did. And
you talked.
Again.
Did you say you wanted to be a fire engine when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a fire truck.
Makes sense because over here is this is the I Dream of Jeannie bottle, and from the series right there.
Yeah.
I always wanted to have one of those, and I always wanted to somehow get into the bottle and chat with Jeannie or Barbara Eden. I had the pleasure of actually meeting her and chatting with her, but at 11 years old, the dream was to somehow come home from school, and on my desk in my bedroom would be the bottle and a way to get in it so I can sit on the couches with the beads with her. So
we went in there one time on television, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
we were actually in it. So a friend got me the bottle. I'm still trying to find a way to get in it, but
that's another show.
That's a whole other show.
I was always trying to get into the TV when I was a little kid, into the back.
Oh yeah, right. Exactly right. Get away from those tubes, Dean. You're gonna blow the setup.
Oh,
you're behind the TV trying to take the back off, and the tubes are there. And Dad's saying, "Get away from that." There was an episode of I Love Lucy where she was in this. They cut it out, and she was actually in the face.
Oh
yeah. Cool stuff. We're now living our childhood, which is always a good thing to do once in a while. It's always good to be, big kids in adult clothing. That's what I call us.
That's why I am able to do what I do, because I'm still a big kid at heart.
Exactly, my friend. A pleasure to meet you, and go drink some water now. You've earned it.
Right now.
Oh, you got it. There you
go. I got my water now. It's either water or vodka in a water bottle, but I'm just kidding. I always got my drink.
So he puts the water in the mug and the and the vodka in the water bottle. That's it. That's the Redman way. That's the Redman way.
Learn it from Burt Reynolds.
Just want to let you know, that, folks, too, that beautiful dining area and kitchen area behind him is not a green screen. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Very nice. Real deal.
Fun. We have fun. That's what we do. This is great.
You be well, my friend. And
Yeah, you
again,
too.
thank you for the generosity of time as well. It was really
No problem.
great.
Thanks for having me on your show for not we'll go
Hour and a
make more
half.
commercial. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, hour and a half.
Maybe we'll break that work in one day.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this will be archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters
Excellent.
TV. So anybody wants to see it again, you can see it archived and share it. You be well. Come see us again. And again,
I
Dean,
will.
thanks for all that you've done and continue to do to
Thank you.
entertain us and make us smile and think. And we'll keep that light on for you. You're welcome back anytime. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to be remiss if I didn't see if we can scroll back in some of our many, many, many comments. Our dear mutual friend, Leslie Diana, was watching as well. Hello, Jim and Dean. Have a great time. We love Leslie. So thank you for being here with us as well.
Yes, Leslie is
Leslie, you are
that's
dear.
that's my publicist.
We love her.
She's amazing. Yeah.
She's absolutely fantastic. All right. You be well, and we'll keep that light on for you. You take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Jim.
Cheerio.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Take care.
Take care, man.
Dean Redman, a great guy. And again, you've seen him on your television and in film for a long time. And you're going to see more of him because he is appearing in Boston Blue. Yes, Donnie Wahlberg's series. And this is going to be fantastic. He is on that episode, Friday the 17th, CBS, Paramount Plus, CTV, CRAVE in Canada as well. But you've seen him in so many other shows and performances and great comments about his time with Warcraft and animations and TV series and mini series and specials and movies. And again, a kid of Great Britain, making good in beautiful Vancouver, as well as LA and New York and really everywhere. And, his scope and variety is really incredible. I mean, just showing some of the things that he's been in, the breadth and scope of his ability is really incredible. And even though he's been doing it a long time, he's just getting started. And you got a chance, maybe if you're a big fan of his, to learn a little bit more about him as we took a deeper dive, not just talking about, okay, what are you appearing in? What are you starring in? But a little bit about who he is, what makes him tick. Why does he do what he does? What does he do when he's not on set? Some of the things about his own life and his experiences. You got a chance to hear right here on the Jim Master Show. And that's what we do. That's what we call an entertainment lifestyle celebrity talk show series, and not really just an interview series. An interview series, there'd be pre-prepared questions. I'd be reading the questions. I'd be reading a teleprompter, which there's no teleprompter here. There's no scripts. This is all ad lib, free flowing. And, it would be like that, which has its purpose. I've done that work on television, for years as well. But in this kind of conversational, warm environment where there's these conversations where we got some humor going and viewer interaction, and a lot of fun, and anything can happen, I think it just makes it a little bit, just a little bit different and unique and special. And you're involved too, as you're commenting and celebrating with us too. So whether you're watching live or you're watching Memorex, as we say, you're watching this later on, archived, we love having you here. Don't forget to give this episode a thumbs up like. There's a thumbs up on the YouTube channel next to the episode. Share the episode on your social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, where there are hundreds of celebrity guests and friends from all around the world who have joined us. Leave a comment below too, right below, right there. Maybe you remember some of the things that Dean's been in. What did you learn from our conversation? What would you like to see on our show? Drop a comment below. And when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss any of our great episodes like this one, which came to you live from New York and from Vancouver, Canada. Beautiful Vancouver, which is a great hub for production. Vancouver, a lot of shows and movies happening there as well. Thank you, Crystal. Take a look at some of our live comments here. Thank you, Kathleen, as well. And everybody else commenting. We love having you here. We'll take a look at the rest later on. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, don't forget to love one another, take care of one another, as we always say, and be good to yourself and take care of yourself as well. Thanks to Dean Redman for joining us here for a nice 90-minute plus conversation exclusively here, full and extended, uninterrupted and free-flowing. I tell you, it felt like it was 30 minutes. It flowed by so quickly in a New York minute, as I always call it. Come join us for the next one. And yeah, Crystal says, good night, Jim and Lovities, to you as well. Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. Come see us again. We love having you here, and we appreciate you being here as well. And spread the word about the Jim Masters Show. We would love that. Be well, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. And cheers.